And to give you an update of what really happened in the legislature, please welcome Joe Pojman.
Well, good evening, everyone, and that was a bit of a surprise for me, but that is, I think, fair to say, a recognition of the hard work of each and every one of you here. Calls, emails to the legislators, your financial support, and your prayers, and you know, it's really paying off. Thank you, Davida, Governor Dewhurst, the other members of the legislature. It's incredible, the elected officials that we have here, the ones that we've recognized and the ones who were announced earlier. Let's give them all a big hand. Texas Alliance for Life is an organization of people committed to protecting innocent human life from conception to natural death using peaceful legal means. And we're striving to build a culture of life. We were founded 23 years ago. We office a few blocks from the Capitol, and we have a statewide mailing list of more than 200,000 pro-life households across the state. I want to recognize my staff, Dina Moore, our Director of Public Policy, Lance Peterson, Director of Financial Development, who put on this wonderful event. Lance. Deirdre Cooper, our Public Policy Analyst. And Brianna Feller, our Administrative Assistant. Okay, let's begin with some slides. Thanks to the groundswell of support and the commitment of our pro-life elected officials, we have seen incredible, historic, seismic pro-life successes in Texas. Last November, I think everybody's aware, we just had fantastic, unprecedented elections. The re-election of pro-life Governor Perry, Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst, nearly 2/3 of the state Senate who are pro-life, and more than 2/3 of the House who are pro-life. In my 24 years lobbying in the Capitol, I've never seen anything like it. And I will say, Texas Alliance for Life, we did our part. We identified hundreds of thousands of pro-life voters, educated them about who are the like-minded candidates, and we turned out the vote. Voting pro-life's never been easier because we had mailed out tens of thousands of nice postcards which are customized to each and every address. So you know exactly who to vote for when you receive that. And if you go to our website, you type in your address, and it's customized for each and every address in the entire state of Texas. The Texas Rally for Life in January, a joint project of dozens of pro-life groups held in January every year. Now, Texas Alliance for Life, we're kind of the principal organizers, but it's a group thing. Governor Perry used this event to announce that he had put the sonogram bill on the very top of the agenda. Why should a woman be denied her right to see the sonogram image of her unborn child and to hear that child's heartbeat? This law raises the standard of informed consent for women seeking abortions to the same level that patients expect for any other medical or surgical procedure. Nothing controversial is easy. But through the leadership of Senator Patrick, Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst, Speaker Joe Strauss, and a letter from 100 of the top pro-life leaders and organizations in the state, put together by our team, this critical bill finally got it to the governor's desk. And I especially want to thank Abby Johnson for testifying in the House and Senate. She dispelled so many of the myths. And interesting, when Abby testified, Planned Parenthood's lobbyists got up and left the room. Now, we're not done yet because this wonderful bill has been attacked in the federal courts. More on this in a few minutes. After working 10 years, we finally got the legislature to pass a bill bringing the Choose Life license plate to Texas. Buy these for your car. When they become available in November, we're told they'll become available by the end of November, and you will be a moving billboard for the loving option of infant adoption as a compassionate alternative to abortion. Our organization drafted the bill. We've been at the core of the coalition getting it done. And we are the state sponsor for the state sponsor organization. And that means we have the honor of paying the initial $8,000 for production costs. But it's well worth it. The Texas legislature, Governor Dewhurst, and the Governor Perry have defunded Planned Parenthood. By as much as $58 million over the next 2 years. This has been our goal for more than a decade, and we are here. This was a team effort of most of the pro-life groups in the state supporting the passage of a state budget in May and Senate Bill 7, a special bill, during the special session in June. Defunding Planned Parenthood is extraordinarily difficult and complex because their funding sources are like a six-headed hydra. There are 6 different funding sources. Federal law prevents states from banning abortion providers from receiving some of those funding sources. So our legal team, along with Carol Everett from the Heidi Group, we came up with a new idea. Let's prioritize the funding to those organizations that provide a wide range of comprehensive primary and preventative care, which Planned Parenthood is unwilling or not able to provide. Planned Parenthood provides only abortions, birth control, some screening, little else. They are the lowest priority for the funding. Our research found that Planned Parenthood does not even have a single mammogram machine anywhere in the state of Texas. If there's one piece of fact that had more impact of anything in the legislature, it was that fact that they have no mammogram machines. Pro-life, pro-abortion legislators, staffers, they were all stunned by that. Low-income women will now receive far better care from other higher priority providers who provide a wide range of services, and taxpayers will no longer subsidize Planned Parenthood. And our legal team, headed up by Christopher Maska, found that federal law does allow states to ban Planned Parenthood from Medicaid funding. And that's what we recommend to the legislature, and that's what they did in Senate Bill 7. After a long campaign to stop tax-funded abortions in Travis County dating back to the 1970s, Central Health Hospital District voted to stop funding elective abortions. That's also because of Senate Bill 7. Two more victories. Continued funding for adult, not embryonic stem cell research and treatments, and continued funding for pro-life pregnancy resource agencies. None of these life-saving victories could have been achieved without many, many pro-life groups working together. And I wish to thank those groups who are represented here this evening. Without all of us working together, and we all know this, there would be no victories. And we can't stop here. As I said, the sonogram bill has been attacked in the federal court, and our organization is submitting a friend of the court brief to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans to help defend the constitutionality of our law. And we'll be promoting the Choose Life license plate on the road through Texas. We're calling this the Choose Life Texas Tour. We want as many of these pro-life moving billboards for life on the highways as possible. And I want to see every car who drives into our dinner next year with the Choose Life license plate on it. Whoops, upside down. Here we go. Thank you. Once again, we need to turn out pro-life voters in record numbers again to have successful elections in 2012. And depending on those elections and the federal courts, we need to prepare for the state legislative session in 2013. And some of the legislators, Governor Dewhurst, we were kind of powwowing as to what we can do next session. With your help, there are just no bounds. Well, I'd love to go on all night, and I think you know I'm very excited about this, but I want you to hear Lila. But I wish to thank everyone here for his or her support this evening, especially you Leadership Circle members. With your help, there is no limit to what Texas can achieve to protect innocent human life. Thank you.